On the 13th of April 2018, a piece of news of paramount importance came out of Hainan. China announced to the world its plans to transform Hainan into a free trade pilot zone and to explore ways in which gradually to set up a free trade port with Chinese characteristics. Hainan aims to achieve the highest level of openness, enabling trade, investment, cross-border trade flows and the free movement of labour, as well as free and convenient transport. Hainan will create an area with its own special customs supervision, subject to zero or very low customs tariff with a simplified tax system. Hainan Free Trade Port will develop over time, slowly but surely. Over these last 3 years, what progress has been made and what has been accomplished on Hainan's journey to become a free trade port. The 13th of April 2018 was an historically significant day for Hainan. On the day that this information was broadcast across the world, it was clear for all to see that China intended to step up its efforts towards globalization, and that this represented a huge step along China's path towards reform and opening up in the new era. A free trade port is an economic system with the highest degree of openness. Often located within a country or region, within the borders, but outside of the customs jurisdiction, it allows the free movement of goods, capital and labour, with the vast majority of commodities being exempt from taxation. Hong Kong, Singapore, Rotterdam and Dubai are all examples of typical free trade ports. In the 3 years between the 13th of April 2018 and the 13th of April 2021, this grand project has been slowly taking shape across this island province. Looking back over our journey, there have been many trials and tribulations, but we have thus far overcome. On the 14th of April 2018, the Central Committee of the Communist Party of China and the State Council of the People's Republic of China jointly issued guiding opinions on supporting Hainan in comprehensively deepening reform and opening up. The paper outlined 4 new major strategic roles for Hainan, namely, a pilot zone for comprehensively deepening reform and opening up, a national pilot zone for ecological conservation, an international tourism consumption centre, and a service zone for implementing China's major strategies. Clear developmental goals have been set out for Hainan. By 2020, and in step with the rest of the country, Hainan will have completed the building of a moderately prosperous society in all respects. Important progress will have been made towards constructing the free trade pilot zone, and international accessibility will have increased significantly. By 2025, the quality and effectiveness of economic growth will have improved. The free trade port system will have initially taken shape, and the business environment will be first-rate in the domestic arena. By 2035, Hainan will take the lead nationally in the drive towards socialist modernization. The free trade port system and modus operandi will have become more sophisticated. The business environment will have ascended to a leading global position. By the middle of the current century, Hainan will have successfully accomplished socialist modernization and have created a streamlined system with a high degree of marketization and internationalization based on the rule of law. By this time, Hainan will be a highly competitive and culturally significant region. Fate has once again destined Hainan for great things.
同学们好，请坐。那我们今天呢，我们讲点不一样的啊。今天呢，一起来走进一下海南自贸港。首先，我们要了解自贸港的诞生以及它诞生有什么样的意义。知道是在什么时候提出的吗？2018年。好，我们来看一下啊。2018年4月13日，习近平总书记在庆祝海南。
In 2018, Zhao Huiping was still in the 3rd year of her master's degree course. By 2021, she was already a teacher herself. Grasping the opportunities presented by the construction of Hainan Free Trade Port, Zhao Huiping has changed the course of her own life.
我们当时呢也是对这个413精神进行了一个学习的，所以说还是比较了解的。当时感觉来说，这对海南来说，对我们个人来说，都不仅仅是一次机遇，同时也是一次挑战。
In driving Hainan Free Trade Port, highly qualified personnel are the key. A main aspiration of Hainan Free Trade Port is to create a dynamic talent pool. Gathering talents all in one place, making efforts to attract, retain, and use wisely all sorts of professionals is of crucial importance. Just 1 month after the promulgation of the plan to build a free trade port, the Hainan government released 1 Million Talents Recruitment Action Plan, which is planned to run until 2025 and seeks to achieve just that. Following swiftly on its heels was the Working Opinions of the General Administrative Office of the Hainan Provincial People's Government on promoting the headquarters economy. This clearly stated that various favourable conditions would be extended to high-level employees of company headquarters and other qualified individuals who met the government's criteria, along with their families in terms of residence and employment permits. There is a certain number of senior positions requiring technical expertise and first and second level technical posts in Hainan's secondary schools, hospitals, research institutes and statutory bodies, which are open to foreign citizens as well as Chinese. Using salaries as the main indicator of different professional groups, Hainan has set up a market-oriented talent recruitment system offering a tax exemption for high-level professionals and urgently needed talents working in Hainan Free Trade Port, who will only need to pay a maximum of 15% tax on their personal incomes. Talented individuals from far and wide will soon be gathering in Hainan. Hainan will provide a first-class working and entrepreneurial environment, aiding newcomers with their children's schooling. Hainan is not only the ideal place for entrepreneurs, it also represents a new chapter in their lives. Talents drive the enterprise as the enterprise draws in the talents. Guo Xia is from Canada. He is one of the founders of Med Valley, located in Haikou National High-Tech Industrial Development Zone. He has witnessed the continued development of the province from Hainan International Tourism Island to Hainan Free Trade Port. The construction of Hainan Free Trade Port is a call to qualified professionals the world over. Guo Xia hopes to be able to make use of the Free Trade Port's talent policy to attract more qualified people to work at his company.
现在呢，全球的这些精英来到了海南，为什么呢？它的政策，它的这个自贸岛的政策，首先你的所有的采购比全世界其他地方便宜了20%。
In 2020, the master plan for the construction of Hainan Free Trade Port notes that those who hold senior posts or who possess skills that are in short supply in Hainan Free Trade Port will pay a maximum of 15% in personal income tax. Those industrial enterprises that are encouraged by the state and registered in Hainan Free Trade Port can enjoy an income tax rate of 15%. Enterprises operating in the tourism, modern services or high-tech sectors will be eligible for tax-free income up to 2025, providing they are new foreign direct invested firms. These all-new talent and tax-free policies have made Guo Xia realize the vigor and dynamism of Hainan Free Trade Port. Recently, Guo Xia signed a 5-year cooperation agreement which he hopes will benefit from Hainan's free trade status.
我们叫100千亿的军令状，就是销售要过100亿对吧哈？然后呢，这个市值呢要过1000亿这么一个军令状。那这些军令状正是基于413的海南自贸岛的宏伟蓝图。
As someone who has benefited from the talent policy, Zhao Huiping is putting her heart and soul into the construction of Hainan Free Trade Port.
我也享受到了相关的人才引进的政策。那比如说呢，我要是购房的话，每年我就可以享有2万的一个住房补贴。那2020年的时候呢，我也有把我的户口从东北迁到了海南，就感觉当时自己在那一刻就真真正正的要为自贸港来做贡献了。
Between the 13th of April 2018 and the 13th of April 2021, Hainan province managed to attract a total of 233,000 qualified professionals, thereby fulfilling the initial target of the 1 Million Talents Recruitment Action Plan. In just 17 days between the 18th of February 2021 and the 11th of March 2021, a total of 8,118 outsiders settled in Hainan, representing an increase of 148.64% year on year. Hainan Free Trade Port's talent recruitment policy has been a resounding success, having brought countless like-minded people to the island, thus penning a new and brilliant chapter in the annals of Hainan's history. Each generation has its own calling. Standing on the cusp of a new page in its history, Hainan in the new era is grabbing the attention of the world. Nikolai Selishev is a journalist with the Beijing branch of the Russian news agency TASS. As soon as Nikolai heard the news about the building of Hainan Free Trade Port, he immediately reported this information back to Russian headquarters. This new development in China's process of reform and opening up caused quite a stir in Russia.
俄罗斯，我觉得最关心的是投资，第一个是投资，除了旅游以外，投资，因为俄罗斯企业家，特别是那个中小企业，他们最近非常关心海南政府的自贸港一些优惠政策，然后很多，我觉得最近越来越多俄罗斯企业家希望在海南做生意。
In the past 3 years, Nikolai has visited Hainan from Beijing many times. According to him, the construction of Hainan Free Trade Port is a major issue related to global trade. Thanks to his detailed reports, Nikolai has managed to establish a communication channel between Russia and Hainan. Hainan's offshore duty-free policies, visa-free policy for tourists from 59 countries, and China Yangpu Port's bonded patrol policy have all been broadcast in Russia via Nikolai's reports. Hainan opens its arms to welcome investors from all over the world. At the end of May 2018, the 100-day business promotion campaign organised by the Provincial Party Committee and government initiated Hainan's global business promotion in order to accelerate the construction of Hainan Free Trade Port. In these last 3 years, policies associated with Hainan Free Trade Port have attracted many well-known entrepreneurs to visit Hainan seeking business opportunities. Hainan has taken the opportunity to carry out a series of business promotion activities. Many world-leading companies such as the German Alba Group, SOSV Ventures from the USA, and Temasek Holdings from Singapore wasted no time in making investments in Hainan. Globally renowned accounting companies such as PricewaterhouseCoopers, KPMG, Deloitte Touche Tohmatsu Limited, and Ernst & Young have also made their way to Hainan. On the 13th of April 2020, Hainan launched its Global Investment Service Hotline, 4008 413 413, offering assistance in 6 languages: Chinese, English, Japanese, Russian, German, and French, as part of its efforts to attract global capital. The Windows to Global Trade, the first venue for Hainan's grand plan of attracting 1,000 companies from 100 countries, is committed to drawing global investment. With Hainan's ever-improving business environment, Windows to Global Trade is offering a one-stop business service to Chinese and foreign companies, including company registration, visa consultation, and policy interpretation. By January 2021, 405 companies had registered here, including 83 companies with direct foreign investment from countries and regions such as the USA, the UK, New Zealand, France, South Korea, Singapore, Cambodia, Japan, and Pakistan. The investment has gone into different fields, including trade, tourism, culture, education, and medicine and pharmaceuticals.
海南政府就是便利化登记如果有什么企业家，希望在海南开业，就是成立公司，比以前简单多了。因为海南有新的便利化政策，我希望我们的经贸合作发展的越来越快。
Hainan, with the highest level of openness in the new era, is targeting the world-class business environment and using its first-rate resources and services to try to attract investors from all over the world to take part in the construction of Hainan Free Trade Port. Hainan is striving to become the best place to invest in China by virtue of its potential for development, comparative advantage, business environment, openness, key measures and supporting policies. On the 13th of August 2020, Hainan launched its one-window solution for international investment, integrating 13 departments and 20 governmental systems in charge of business recruitment, market supervision and project approval into a one-stop service window that can provide 179 items of investment services, including registering, changing and dissolving a company before, during and after their investment, so that investors may enjoy a one-stop government service. The one-window solution for international investment can reduce by 55% the amount of paperwork that companies need to submit and cut down the time required by almost 70%. All items that need to go through customs can be processed via the one-window solution or online. Therefore, time taken for customs clearance has dropped by 40.5% compared to 2019. Over the last 3 years, Hainan has approved 116 innovative policies in 12 phases covering various areas, including the improvement of the business environment, the development of industry, industrial park development, and social and welfare management. From the 13th of April 2018 to the 13th of April 2021, the number of newly registered entities in those 3 years had surpassed the total number over the previous 30 years. In 2020, the use of foreign capital had increased by 100.7%, while the number of new companies with foreign investment had increased by 197.3% year-on-year and had doubled 3 years in a row, setting a record high in the use of foreign capital. Hainan is cooperating with partners from all over the world, and Hainan is rapidly developing as never before.
Welcome.
Zhong Chunyan came to Hainan in the 1990s and started her business with the help of technology. She managed to separate a strain of bacteria from coconut juice, forming nata de coco, and her business empire started to grow.
椰果是我发明的，现在整个行业产值能够做到50个亿，而且带动的相关产业大概700个亿。
On the 13th of April 2018, Zhong Chunyan was invited to attend the ceremony to commemorate the 30th anniversary of the founding of Hainan Province and the Hainan Special Economic Zone.
我参加了这个413，习主席宣布海南自由贸易港建设，这样的一个大好消息，当时的心情非常激动。我觉得，这是对于海南岛那么多年来一种等待，他这种等待终于让所有的人听到了一个伟大的声音，这个声音是决定了海南未来的前途。
The construction of Hainan Free Trade Port focuses on projects to facilitate major goals, such as developing 12 key industries, including modern services and the high technology industry, advancing the construction of infrastructure, implementing the rural revitalization strategy, the 6 featured ecological supervision campaigns, and improving residents' welfare. High-tech companies are the main innovative force behind the construction of Hainan Free Trade Port. To embrace the once-in-a-lifetime opportunities, Zhong Chunyan is adjusting her business structure and investing more in high-tech industry. On the 1st of June 2020, the master plan for the construction of Hainan Free Trade Port was released. It clearly states, before 2025, raw and auxiliary materials imported for production within Hainan or for processing, of which final products would be exported to overseas markets, will be eligible for the zero tariff policy. With the advancement of the construction of Hainan Free Trade Port, Zhong Chunyan and her company are making use of those beneficial policies on importing raw materials and equipment while gaining overseas investment and exports.
我们每年的产值大概3到4个亿，我们这3年的发展就是翻一翻，再翻一翻。
Hainan is located at the center of East Asia and Southeast Asia. This geographical advantage means that Hainan is within easy reach of a wide range of areas. Within a 4-hour flight circle, Hainan covers 21 countries and regions and 37% of the world's population. Within an 8-hour flight circle, Hainan can reach 59 countries and regions in Asia, Oceania, Europe and Africa, and 67% of the world's population. Hainan is an important gateway to the Pacific Ocean and the Indian Ocean.
我们在越南已经投入了工厂，接下来我们有可能会去瑞士，或者是去那个斯里兰卡这样的一些国家去做投入。
The launch of the Hainan Free Trade Account will definitely accelerate the development of companies with overseas extension plans, such as Zhong Chunyan's firm.
你好，我是海南春光食品的，我预约来开 FT 账号，这是我的资料，你看一下齐不齐？好的。
An FT account, also known as a free trade account, is a convertible accounting system with the Chinese yuan as the base currency, using unified accounting rules and taking into account different types of risk management between the yuan and foreign currencies. On the 1st of January 2019, Hainan became the second area in China to launch the FT account after Shanghai. With the advancement of the construction of Hainan Free Trade Port, the amount of international business has increased greatly. As a result, the amount of foreign currency has increased accordingly. It is now more convenient for companies in Hainan with FT accounts to make overseas investments.
FT 还是比相较于一般账户的话，还是有一些灵活性的，比如说它资金进入的速度比较快，而且我们支付出去呢也比较便捷，不需要这个比较复杂的审核。然后呢，当我们在要调整海外的一个投资布局的时候呢，这个资金的利用速度效率就非常及时了。
FT 账户的上线呢，对海南金融开放政策的落地实施具有重大的意义。作为连接境内和境外资金的一套独立的账户体系，相较于普通账户而言，未来其资金政策更加开放。伴随着自贸港政策不断的出台和金融改革创新 ，FT 账户作为政策创新的载体，将实现创新政策的先行先试。那么账户的功能呢，就更加的丰富和完善。